Hi, this is Kathleen from American College Strategies, and I'd like to welcome you to the campus of the University of San Diego. So for many of you, there's really important information you need to know about the universities in San Diego. There are three major universities, and everyone gets them mixed up. There's UC San Diego, or the University of California at San Diego. There's San Diego State University, known as SDSU, and there's the University of San Diego, USD. And that's where I am right now, overlooking Mission Bay and the beautiful Pacific Ocean. USD is a medium-sized liberal arts Catholic private university here in San Diego. So some of the nuts and bolts are things that you need to know. Admission rate is about 51%. Last year they had 14,000 applicants, 51% are accepted. It's about a 1,500 student freshman class. That is really their ideal number of students they like for their student body freshman year. There is a large Greek population, Greek life, I should say. 28% of students here are part of fraternities and sororities. But because you must live on campus for 2 years, at least the freshman and sophomore year, there's no Greek housing. Students within fraternities and sororities are all over the campus, and they really have a really good blend with the rest of the student population. 45% of the students here are Catholic. 71% of the students study abroad. That is number 2 in the nation for study abroad. I was talking to some students, and actually a graduate student here that was saying he met a person that had 9 study abroad experiences, whether it was during the summer, whether it was a semester, whether it was a year, whether it was during intersession, which is 6-week winter break, and they still were able to get out in 4 years. So can you imagine being able to do 9 international experiences and getting out of school in 4 years? That's pretty incredible. Another interesting figure is that 68% of the students actually do internships. And I know all of you are thinking, listen, colleges is just a pathway to my career. How do I get ready for my career? And that's what you need to be thinking about. 68% of the students have internships. That's wonderful because it lets you explore what career you possibly want to go into. It exposes you, it gives you experience, and that is the best thing about a university education that embraces internships opportunities for their undergraduate students. The SAT score is around 1180 to 1320. They do super score for the SAT, not for the ACT. And the ACT score is around 27 to 31. Remember, ACT, there is no super score. For those of you who don't understand what super score means you could sit the SAT a number of times and they will look at all sittings. If you sat 3 times, they would take your highest math and your highest English from whatever sitting and combine it together to give you your highest score. That's what super score means. So many students like to try to sit a few times to get a better score. Not all schools super score. University of San Diego super score is SAT only. The average GPA for incoming freshmen last year was 3.72. And one of the questions I really wanted to ask admissions, and they were very forthright in their answer, is do you recalculate a student's GPA? At the University of San Diego, they do. For many states, the transcript does not have a weighted GPA. The GPA is whatever the grade is on the transcript. It doesn't give extra weight for advanced placement, honors, or IB programs. So what the University of San Diego does, they understand that, so they look at every transcript that is sent in, they recalculate it, giving a plus of 0.5 for honors, and a bump up of 1.0 for AP and IB programs. And that raises the student's GPA, and that's what they use to look at it when they're deciding admission or deciding scholarships. So one of the things I found interesting is the amount of scholarship available here at University of San Diego. It's $63,000 a year, cost of attendance, room, board, tuition, books, fees, spending money, travel. It's quite a hefty sum times 4. They have a great scholarship, anywhere from $19,000 to $25,000, and more than 70% of their students actually get some type of aid, whether it's merit because of their GPA and activities, or need-based because the family income is low. Don't take University of San Diego off your list simply because of cost, because you don't know what the net cost really will be to you. So when you're looking at schools, look at the University of San Diego for the programs that are available here. What I found interesting is 40% of the students at the school actually are in the business school. They're here because of the incredible majors that are here. The number 1 major is finance. Business World has ranked the University of San Diego's undergraduate business degree as number 53 in the nation. Pretty high considering it's a medium-sized school. It's in San Diego. It's not like a New York, a Chicago, or LA. It's a very, very strong business program. So for a lot of my students and my listeners out there considering business, you might never have thought of the University of San Diego. You're right just a little bit north downtown San Diego with a lot of opportunities within the business field. So for business, consider the University of San Diego. One of the things that the University of San Diego really stressed on my tour was they consider themselves a liberal arts college. And liberal arts means while you will come out with a major, your first 2 years are really covering a breadth of many different disciplines. You have to do a history, you have to do some kind of religious theology course, you have to do foreign language. In fact, there were so many students wanting Spanish as their foreign language that the University of San Diego actually has a satellite campus in Madrid, Spain. So a lot of kids love to do their study abroad there and go to Spain, where the USD professor is teaching you in Madrid. What a great experience that is. And that campus just opened in 2014. So as a freshman coming into the University of San Diego, you're required to live on campus for 2 years. There are living learning communities that you join, every freshman joins, and they run the gamut of social justice, faith and reason, and right now they are revamping all of them and creating new ones for next year. But what happens is when you're in that living learning community, you are assigned a professor that becomes your mentor and your advisor for your first 2 years, and students together get to study together, have conversations together, really learn about each other, and build a familial relationship with each other and be supportive of each other. For my international students, when asked about what you require, you certainly require either the TOEFL or the IELTS test. They're looking for an 80 or a 6.5, and that's doable. You can get that score and do your research on the University of San Diego. Find out the programs here that interest you and apply. They are rolling admissions. You apply by December, you're going to know by the end of December. Within 4 to 5 weeks, you're going to hear. So this is Kathleen of American College Strategies. I'm here to take the stress out of the college search and application process. This is what I love to do. On my big trip down here now, I get to meet lots of students. I get to meet my former students at colleges. But most of all, I get to find out what college will work for some of the students that I work with. That taking the stress out means a lot, not only to you, but to your families. I understand how difficult the search process is, how scary the search process is. It's not only scary for you, but it's scary for your folks. They're worried about finances, you're worried about, will I get in and how am I being judged? I'm the sounding board for that. I want to take that stress away from you. Let me help you. Give me a call at American College Strategies. And thank you for joining me here at the University of San Diego.